Hello everyone, welcome back to the Lord of the Rings Online. This is Gnarlo here. Say hello to everyone. Gnarlo, good boy. When last we left off, we were here in Tinadir Cape, on the island of Tinadir. We were here up in the top left tower with Tedan, the ranger, keeping his lonely vigil here over the prisoner Mordrimbor, one of the lieutenants of Amarthiel. He had just given instructions, had read the fragments of the orders that were written in the Black Speech, saying that Amarthiel had sent emissaries out to the Garadane, the Caragrim, and the Men of Rantost to try and enlist their aid in the overthrow of Annuminas. So that is where we are going to go. We are headed out to those three areas to see whether or not we can help the Rangers in keeping those three factions from joining up with the forces of Angmar. So that is where we are going to go. We are going to see if we can leave the tower here, and once we are outside, we are going to go out in the various directions around the lake. All of them, two of them are on the northern edges. One is on an island to the northeast. One is along the northwest border of the island, border of the lake. And then we have the one to the south along the southern edge in the approach to Annuminas along the road there. I think we will go to that one first. It will be the closest one to us. And we shall test it out and see if we can find the emissary there first. Alright, had not been out. It looks like it is late afternoon here along the shores of the beautiful Lake Evendim. Such a lovely afternoon it is. Okay, so right over in there is where I'm thinking that we are going to need to go. Let us pull up our map. Alright, here's Annuminas. Here is where we are. I'm thinking right along here, along this road, is where we need to go. Says the emissary to the Caragrim. And the Caragrim are along the tombs of the Men Erain, along the southeast corner of the lake. So we saw some of the tombs. In fact, we had the mission that took us into the tomb of Elendil, the unoccupied tomb of Elendil there. And that is where we captured Mordrimbor. So all along that road there is where those Caragrim, the evil man-beast creatures, are all hidden out. So we are going to take a quick swim across the lake here, and we'll meet you when we hit the shore on the other side. Okay, we are here along the, I believe they said it's the Men Erain, the road that leads from the crossing of the kings there, along the path that, along the shores of the lake going to Annuminas, passes past all the tombs of the old kings. And of course, right over there is the island of Tinadir. You can see the bridge that we always cross and the encampment. There's the keep that Mordrimbor is inside, as well as I believe the elf Laerdan, who is here from his usual post in Rivendell. As you see, as we get closer, parts of the city start coming into view. So I wish we could see all of it. Climbing up that hill there, it would be so pretty. Coming up along the sides and banks of that hill. In just a second. Excuse me. Got a little bit of a sniffle here. Getting a little bit of the crud. we are needing to find where this emissary, Amarthiel's emissary, is. So I am going to be seeing if I can find him or her, because it could just as easily be a her, be a she, along all these tombs and everything here. I would imagine he's probably further along there with the tombs and all, but I would not put him past being up along these banks here either. I'm going to check the high ground first, and that will also give us a rather spectacular view down onto the lake as well. It's some of my absolute favorite scenery in the game, one of my favorite zones. And if you had open world housing, someplace that I would definitely choose to put my home. Okay, I'm not seeing anything here that I'm thinking would qualify as where perhaps the emissary would be. Perhaps he will be down in the tombs there. I don't see him up in this area. I'm going to check right up there just to be sure if that is possible to get there. And we're constantly looking on our little mini map here as well, checking the radar there to be sure that there's no ring on the map. I hope everyone has had a good one. I hope y'all have enjoyed levitating Levithron branches. I have to grab those. Those are special ones. I hope everyone had a very good Yule celebration and that you got everything that you wanted. I'm hoping that everybody had a very good Yule or Christmas or holiday or Hanukkah or whatever it is, Festivus, whatever you celebrate or not celebrate, Kwanzaa, or just a very good week. Whatever particular holiday or lack thereof that you have. If all that you... Sark. Bunches of tomb robbers up here. If all that you celebrate is just football week and all the various games that were on, I hope that you enjoyed that as well. I had a particularly enjoyable one myself. All the Yule celebrations as well were quite fun. As you see, we are level 54. We had a wonderful time doing the various quests and stuff, and putting quite a bit of experience onto both Gnarlo and Glennoran. Alright, I do believe we are quite a bit above where we should be. We should probably be back down there along the Men Erain again and along the tombs of the kings there. But once again, this gives you a wonderful view of the city. You can see it stretching out ahead. There's the southernmost stretches of it there, giving you a nice look at the way things are as the sky begins to turn purple as we get into even later in the afternoon. So I'm going to travel back around, get back onto the road, and we will meet you when we get back down on there. I don't know if I've ever actually been up in this area here before. If not, if I have, it's been a long time. So we'll see you when we get back down onto the road there again. We have come back down onto the road from that high lookout we were on back up yonder. So let's see if we can see where this emissary might be. Okay, these are the Caregrim creatures that he is supposed to be an emissary to. As you see, they are some very strange and perplexing beings. Level 37. Almost like aquatic, almost like frogmen. And right here, coming right up to the encampment of rangers here without drawing any kind of notice from them whatsoever. Okay. In fact, I think he just stepped on your toes there, buddy. Alright, maybe y'all have made your peace with him, but, y'all do know what kind of mission I'm on, and y'all are trying to defeat the emissaries, aren't you? I'm not the only one out here trying to beat, Angmar and Amarthiel by myself, am I? I didn't think so, although it often feels that way. Got the buzzing flies in my face, too. I don't see a emissary here. You see all these various tombs and areas have their little nooks and crannies and their own little ecosystems of robbers and all scattered about them. Hod Erendur. That's right, here is the Tomb of Erendur. Can we go in it? Ooh, we can. I don't know if we should, but we can. Deadly tomb robbers everywhere. Alright. Well, I've got a feeling that that is probably, you know, a public dungeon, much like the Great Barrow or whatever. That's probably this area's equivalent of the Great Barrow. And not a place that we need to go at the moment. We'll keep it in mind, certainly, and come back to it should we need to. If nothing else, that gives us credit for yet another tomb of the Dunedain that we have discovered. Let's see what this one is. Elendur. Can we open that one? No, we can't open that one. How many more of these tombs do we need to find? Let's check the actual deed here. Eriador, I think it was the pink one. Was it this one? Yes, Evendim. Ruins, the city, the tombs of Evendim. We have found, alright, there's the tomb of Erendur. That was the one that we entered in. Erendur was the 10th and last of the kings of Arnor. After his death, the kingdom of Arnor was divided by his contending sons into the kingdoms of Arthedain, Cardolan, and Rudar. It was during this period that the capital was moved to Fornost, and the old city of Annuminas was finally abandoned after declining in importance for many years. Alright, so that one was the tomb of the last king right there. And that right there is the tomb of Elendur. And Elendur, son of Valendur, as the 9th king of Arnor, Elendur had one of the longest and most enduring reigns of all, ruling over the people of Arnor for 125 years. As they sing in Porgy and Bess, ain't no woman gonna give in to no man for no 125 years. Ooh, I see a ring over there behind us, ahead of us. Hod Valendur. And it opens up into a dungeon as well. And it's got vile Caragrim inside of it. Okay, so we've got a couple places here that we could come in and explore. And probably earn quite a bit of experience in if we were a lower level. Why don't we look at what the description of this tomb is? Hoth Valendur, the tomb of Valendur, son of Torendor. History mentions relatively little about the 8th king of Arnor, except that he is said to have died of violent and mysterious circumstances sometime around the 50th year of his reign, a foreboding sign, perhaps, of the strife that was to fall upon the northern kingdoms in the years to come. So it seems like the tombs start there and go this way. You know, 10th, 9th, 8th, 7th. So, as the kings died, the tombs were built out this way. You know, the older as the older tombs are there, and the tombs of the younger kings go that way until we get to the last of the kings. As I said, it looks like we have a ring right there. Roabard, Chapter 7, Emissaries of Evil. That looks like him. So he was right here at the tomb of Erendur after all, wasn't he? Let's see how nasty this fight's going to be. He's got a couple of dead Kergrim around him. It says, no matter, you have received what you have deserved. It's like perhaps those creatures were not very amenable to his, thus you have paid for spurning my queen's gold. Maybe those creatures weren't quite as amenable to his diplomacy as perhaps he had hoped. So too will all who refuse to join with Angmar.
You will perish.
These beasts have no interest in gold. No matter, I will crush you myself and bring your skin to Amarthiel as an unexpected gift. I just don't think so, you know? Join these witless beasts in death. Said, I don't think you know who you're dealing with here. I was trained by the great Bilbo-baggins himself. I have 7 years of VIP status. I have a ton of Hobbit present gifts, such as health potions and all. I don't think you're going to scare me too badly. You have defeated Roabard. Oops, but we got summoned lurkers here and a crawler. They're giving us a little bit of an issue. And what's the tomb crawler? What the heck do you think you're going to do? If he couldn't do anything, what do you think you're going to do? Jeez. Alright. And I would love to grab his boat, but unfortunately, it's an evil boat, and it's not going to allow us to grab it. Okay. Probably breaks us out in hives or something. Alright, so that was the first of the emissaries. Next, we are going to find the emissary to the men of Rantost. And Rantost, I believe, is this island here? Yes, there's the island of Rantost. So we are right down here, and we need to go all the way up here. So that is where we will travel next. Ah, that was him respawning. Okay. Like, what the devil? So that is where we will go this time. We will stop here on the southwestern shore of Lake Evendim, next to the defeated upright talking corpse of Roabard, and overlooking the lake of Evendim, enjoying the beautiful sunset. Hope you've enjoyed today's episode, and we'll see you next time when we head out there to go after the bandits of Rantost. Thank you for watching, and bye-bye.